part of the stuff I was saying were kind of ways would probably feel made to feel unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
I also mentioned that there were also, I guess, a reaction to that, like what happens after with
Mm.
all that negativity type of kind of just shutting down and keeping to yourself. And it's exactly what it is. It's just bottling up emotions. People go to, addictions. They like to avoid conflict. They have abandonment issues, issues with saying no, feeling not good enough, self criticism, like harsh self criticism, anxiety about thinking about new things, new possibilities, new things to do. Overall, people pleaser, and just have a really hard time of letting go. And after reading all this online and writing it
I feel
down,
like, oh my God, that's me. No.
literally just self reflecting, this is just a big self reflecting thing. And I think it's so interesting because I don't really do it a lot. But a lot of those really hit home.
In some way or another.
Yes.
I mean, you may not be an addict
I
or
will
anything,
say,
but
out of the things I listed, I'm probably not like two of those things.
oh damn.
Yeah. And I definitely grew up less to do, these issues that I once had, like people pleasing and saying no. I'm more comfortable with being myself and being able to say no, even though I still struggle with it.
Yeah.
So,
So it almost seems like with those things, those characteristics mean like you don't feel safe assuming risk, because new things that make you anxious, it's because there might be risk involved, maybe you turn to addiction because of something that scares you, something you don't want to do, something you're running away from because it's risky. So I guess it's like having trouble navigating in through risk.
mhm.
And so like when you're being a model for your younger self, it's about just showing yourself how to assume risk and be okay.
I think a big part of it also is having your younger self be okay with being yourself instead
Oh, yeah.
of, like I said, it's more of a being closed off and to yourself rather than being open up and being yourself, enjoying what you want and being who you want to be rather than trying to be someone else wants you to be.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I've had a issue with that with my parents before. I want to say I mean, I can't really say it's, I'm just going to say, I know my friends have issues with that.
Hmm.
So it's just a big thing. It happens to a lot of people and it just kind of sucks.
I do feel like it happens a lot more lately because I mean nowadays we spend um, less time around like good role models and figures. I mean, school isn't always the best at being a role model. Some
Mhm.
things you got to learn from your parents or some good figures. And when you do school all the time now, and both your parents are working, you don't really have these individuals who would be a guide to your younger self. So I think now with people kind of being pulled in many directions and not being able to be around their family or role models or just others in general, they're not drawn to others in
Mhm.
general. Like that's kind of a detriment in that sense.